Welcome back. Part 2 is a continuation of my T-33 LED light installation. If you're just finding this video, I recommend watching Part 1 to bring you up to speed on what has been accomplished up to this point. Now, let's get back to work. Alright, have one side connected and the wires ran. That's a new slot there coming out from the hole and running it forward along one of the forward panel lines, then joined into the aileron flap and retract trough and took it up and down into the center wing to the PC boards. Underneath, I ended up having to unscrew them. They take and twist the wires and then attach the board to the mounting piece on the top of the wing there. I'll show that on a little bit later when I put it back together. But right now I am heading over to the opposite wing and it is ready to go. Have the hole drilled center of the between the spars, and it went through a slight angle. It's about let's see, what was that? That was about an inch, a little over an inch and a half back from leading edge. To that spot, centered it, and again, it's a 1/4 inch hole in the end of the wing to where the wires come out, and we'll pull the wires through now here in just a minute and get this last one mounted and get ready to pull the wires forward. Okay, the right tank is now in place. Wires have been pulled through and the screws are installed, so that tank is now installed. Again, I'm going to be taking the wires up into this panel line, up forward. It'll follow this panel line all the way over and tie into the trough here with the aileron servo cable to start, and then start feeding it into the inboard side, and we'll get it finished up and connected as the other side is. And then I'll need an extension to get the strobe lights up to the blue box. But the nav lights plug into the ribbon cables, so I'll be using that existing hookup and not have to worry about going all the way to the blue box with that. So I'll only need 2 extensions for the lights. Well, it took a little bit longer than I had planned, but making sure I didn't want to smash any wires or cut any wires as I was putting them in. So both sides are now down in deep, a little bit down in the trough, so it cleans up a little bit. Hopefully won't have any puckering as the tape had originally, so it's a little bit more flush. Going to cut 2 circles, and I'll cover this with plastic. This will be covered with tape. I'll insert plastic here as well and countersink it a little bit on both sides. That should clean up that area there and there, and that will take care of that. I'm going to reuse the original tape along here because it's silver, so I know the paint matches. I'll probably use a little foam tack, just kind of smear it along the bottom. Hopefully that'll work. Just lay the tape back in, and then out here I think I'm just going to try just black electrical tape over this, and then I'll paint it silver to match. Flat aluminum Tamiya is what I'm going to try. I think it's pretty close. So after that is done, then I'll turn it over and complete the wiring installation, and I'll show you what that looks like here in just a little bit. Covers are completed for the right wing lower surface. One over the plug area and one over the entrance for the wires coming in for the lights. And now we're going to complete this side. Do the same thing. Just going to countersink this one. Going to again outline this one, take it down flush, and that'll be done. Electrical tape to follow and some paint. All right, all the inserts are cut and glued in their final positions. The tape is in place on both sides. So the only thing I have to do down here now is paint to match. So now working on the hookups on the other side. I went ahead and brought the connectors for the nav lights. See if we can get to focus here. You can see the ailerons, flap, gear, single stage, that's for the doors, and then light, and then takeoff light. So lights are your navs, so that's this one here. Takeoff light's going to be the strobes. I just take that back. Takeoff light would be like on the L-39. So those I will not be using. And these two wires here, the two that aren't connected, of course, will be coming up forward with extensions up to the blue box for the strobes. So I've got two extensions to bring forward. I just now have to rehook these to the mounting board there, and this part will be done except for the painting. So off we go. All the wires have been brought up into the boards. Everything's plugged in. These two wires here are going to go to the strobes. I've got the lead extension in the fuselage ready for those. The nav lights, of course, hooked into the back here and here on the boards. So I'm using the blue box for those. And let's put it all together and see how it works. All right, got the wing back on. Connections are made. Got the beacon working. Nav lights working. Strobes working on both sides. Happy. Now, just to get the nose landing lights to be hooked up, and actually I have to design them and get those hooked up, and I'll be done. Then just touch up paint, and the wheel wells are probably going to be zinc chromate colored just to finish those off, and then I'll be done. That completes the nav and strobe light installation. Part 3 shows how I accomplished the installation of the dual nose gear lights. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.